Good morning, it's Mrs. Ocasio, career coach and personal development coach. I'm here this morning with a very important message. Today I had the pleasure of visiting a new church. It was my daughter's idea. She loves going to church and hasn't been in a while, and kind of said, let's go visit a church. And I think she likes singing the songs and she likes the feeling of belonging and togetherness. She goes a lot to a church on the weekends. And so this weekend we decided that we were going to visit a new church that we haven't been to before. The name of the church was Sacred Heart, and I had never been in it before, and it wasn't well planned out. It was kind of a spontaneous thing. So when we got there, I didn't realize that they were celebrating like healthcare, nurses, and doctors in a very special kind of talk, and gave recognition, and had the whole kind of theme of the sermon today was about healthcare. And they brought up some very good points. From the time that we're born, the first few people that we encounter in the hospital are healthcare workers. And at the end of our lives, most likely, we will be having contact also again with compassionate care. Doctors and nurses probably will be there at the end of the life. So very crucial part that they play in our lives. And it really got me thinking. And because of this, I decided one of my very first YouTube videos that I was going to do after doing my introduction was going to be about healthcare and health, and the important role that plays in our lives, especially if we're in transition with our career or trying to build a better life and working on our personal selves, how important our health is. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, of course, was about our diet, how important to what we put into our bodies, how that really affects how we feel. It can affect our mood and our energy levels, and that's very important to our overall health. And I wanted to stress that how important it is to be very mindful of what we're eating and how we're treating our bodies. The first thing I want to talk about is staying hydrated. We know that drinking enough water is very important, and I know that we've heard all kinds of things, 8 glasses of water. Some people say more, some people say less. Like I said, you're in the driver's seat, so I'm not going to tell you how much you should be drinking. I'm sure it's individual for everyone, but we just want to make sure that we're paying attention to how much we're drinking and trying to include water into our daily lives. And I find myself, if I keep water nearby me, while either I'm working or I'm taking care of the house or I'm talking with family, if I make sure that I have a water nearby, for sure I will be drinking it. So staying hydrated probably is the first thing. And also our diet is very important to our brain function. The encouragement to have 5 servings of fruit and vegetables are there. Healthy servings of like proteins and healthy snacks. Here I have a nice bag of almonds. I know there are people who have nut allergies, so this might not be an appropriate fruit for you, but some almonds or maybe some dried fruit. Try to stay away from those addictive chips. I know people sometimes geared towards sugar or salt. I'm more of a salt person myself, so I gotta stay away from the chips. Definitely doesn't help if you're trying to uptake your water, and meanwhile you're having a lot of salty snacks. It can definitely contribute to high blood pressure, a lot of things. Salt isn't very good for you. Again, healthy snacks like an apple would be good. So again, if you carry snacks around you, like with like the almonds or dried fruit or an apple, you'd be more likely to actually remember about keeping your diet healthy. So with this in mind, I will begin to chop on my apple, and then I will connect with you about the next thing, which is sleep.